My name is George, and I'm a certified yoga instructor. This is a class brought to you by Wilkes Recovery Revolution and Hive Fitness Studios in partnership with Yoga with George Ethan. And I thank you all for joining me today on this broadcast. We have an awesome class that's going to feature Eagle Pose, which is going to be working the mind-body connection as well as work pretty much every single muscle in the body. We're also going to be getting a bunch of heart openers, shoulder openers, and it's going to stretch the legs out really good. So all you're going to need for this class today is a yoga mat or a space where you feel comfortable moving. Maybe a block that may not be required. It's just depending on your level. And wear something comfortable you're okay with moving in. And also, when in doubt, or when your mind begins to wander, return to the breath. And also, I want to request if you have any kind of requests or feedback, or if you just want to help me out, engage below, leave a like or a comment, and it will really carry us a long way with reaching out to more people. We appreciate you all, and again, thank you for partnering with me, Wilkes Recovery Revolution and Hive Fitness Studios. It's an honor to get to share my practice with you guys. So let's go ahead and wear something comfy, and we'll get started. First of all, let's get a nice, comfortable seat of your choice. You can sit cross-legged or feet out long in front of you. We're going to do what I call a box breath. And the best way to gauge this is to place one hand on your navel or right below and the other on your heart space. So all you do here, and it's very simple, is breathe in and feel expansion in the palms as you inhale. And then you feel contraction as you exhale. So let's just take a deep breath, nice, normal, deep breath in. Breathe in, find expansion, and out. Find the hands move closer in. Now, follow your own pace, but see if you can expand the inhale while you expand the exhale as we go. Inhale together. Find length in the spine. Nice and tall. Think nice and tall. Maybe you close your eyes, maybe not. Exhale, nice and slow. Inhale, fill up the belly and the heart space. Exhale, empty the belly and the heart space. Letting go of the day so far. Continue breathing. Setting an intention for your practice. Maybe it's just to get a good stretch. Breathe at your own pace as you set your intention. Thinking nice and tall, finding expansion with an inhale. In ease with every exhale. Putting aside our to-do list and what doesn't serve us in the present moment. Just a few more here. Finding stillness. Setting a foundation for our practice, which is really going to carry us a long way today. We set a strong foundation for our practice using our breath as our foundation in order to help carry us from pose to pose. Just one or two more breaths and we'll begin our warm-ups. Last one, biggest inhale you've made today. And side out. Relax those shoulders. We're going to start with some neck stretches here. First thing, nice and tall, and place the fingertips to your sides. Having a nice lift in the chest here. We're going to inhale, exhale, think up and over as your left ear reaches towards your left shoulder. Keep your chin up slightly, keep your heart lifted, breathe. And remember, as we move, the only thing that should be moving here is your neck, from everything from the neck up. Your shoulders below remain stationary. Inhale, Exhale, revolve forward, chin reaches towards the chest, and then we reach our right ear to right shoulder. Think up and over. Getting a nice stretch here in the left side of your neck, left shoulder. Exhale, round it forward and through, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, heart lifts. Now, if you find something that kind of catches that feels really good, you can play around with that area. Like if your head slightly moved forward and you realize there's a little bit of a opportunity there, go ahead and play with that. No need to be yogi robots, just play with the sensations today. We want to get nice and loose. We want to feel comfortable in our skin. And we hold a lot of tension in our necks. So tend to that today as we get started. One or two more. And when you're ready, chin to chest, inhale, roll it back up. All right, we're going to play with eagle arms. We're going to be doing this a good amount today. So to do so, you're going to want to make kind of a V with your arm. Starting with the right arm, you want to lengthen it out diagonally in front of you, and then take your left elbow and place it on the crease of your right elbow. And make a bit of a V here to start. Maybe this is your eagle arms, and that's totally cool. Maybe the V is your eagle arms. Wherever you're at, we're here to meet you. So don't feel any discouragement if you don't quite make it. So again, karate chop with your right hand, and then take the elbow of your left arm and place it on the crease of your right elbow. And if you can, it can be right on your forearm, and make a V or an X like this and lift. If you want, you can double loop and wrap your palms to press into one another. And then we're going to do some shoulder openers here. So to do so, we're going to make circles with our right elbow with our arm's length. So just kind of make little circles one way, breathing as you lift the elbows up, exhaling as they go low. Should feel motion more so in the left shoulder blade. Maybe gradually increase the size of the circle. If you have the V, it looks a bit more like this. But don't feel discouraged. If you don't have the double loop, that's perfectly fine. Everyone's in a different place. The fact is, you're making an effort, and that counts. You're taking time out of your day to practice, to learn some yoga. And use your breath if your mind begins to wander. All right, unravel nice and slowly. Open your arms out wide until right behind you. Inhale, carve a line with the nose, look up, open the chest. Exhale, chin to chest. All right, we're going to switch. So left arm diagonally in front of you, right elbow in the crease of the left, make your V, or have hands to touch, or double loop. Now we're going to make circles with the right elbow this time. One direction with small little baby circles. Keeping your heart nice and lifted, abdominals lightly engaged. Maybe swap the rotation of your circle here. It's really good shoulder opener this morning. And slowly unravel. Palms behind you on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest and bring your gaze up. Big breath in and exhale, release. All right, we're going to go in for some twists. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring your right palm behind you. Left palm rest on the right knee. Keep your heart nice and lifted here. You inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, draw the navel in and bring your gaze past your right shoulder. Inhale, find length. Exhale, twist a little deeper. No crunching now. We want to maintain a gentle twist. No need to force it. And walk your hands back to center. Again, we're going to lift our hands up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right palm to left knee, left hand behind you. Find length in the spine. Inhale. Exhale, draw that navel in. Bring your gaze past your left shoulder. Waking up the spine this morning before we get to moving. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the navel in and twist. Awesome. Walk yourself back to center. We're going to transition to all fours. Take your time getting here. No need to rush. Just make sure you're setting yourself up for greatness here by placing your wrists directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. And once you're in that position, we're going to go ahead and go into a bit of a cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, look forward, hips to the sky. Finding stretch in the heart space. Exhale, drop the tailbone down. Navel draws in, heart space domes, and head drops. Now take your time here and do your own little cat-cow at your own pace. Using your inhale for cow, exhale for cat pose. Claw into those fingertips and press into those knuckles to take pressure away from the wrist. Press into the tops of your feet. Maybe you get a little funky and cock your hips to one side and look over to your left foot. Cock your hips to the other side and look over to your right foot. You can get a little funky, have a little playtime. We don't have to stay on our railroad tracks. Find what feels good for you this morning, afternoon, or evening, whichever you're choosing to practice today. Beautiful. Before we really get into things, I want you to bring your toes to touch, knees as wide as the yoga mat, walk your hips down to melt, down towards your heels. Heart lifts, inhale, exhale, walk your palms forward and allow your heart to melt down towards the floor or mat into extended child's pose. Find some groundedness here. Find a little mental reset before we begin further. Take 3 deep breaths here. Feel the skin of your back body expand and stretch with your inhale. And soften with the exhale. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale out. Press into the tops of your feet to lift back up, and we'll move back into all fours. Walk your palms forward just one step. Curl those toes under. Bring your hips down towards your feet and peel the hip bones up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. First one of today's practice. Good morning. Allow your heart to melt towards your knees here. Pedal it out. Give your dog a walk here. Reaching one heel down to the mat and the other. And if your heel doesn't quite make it all the way to the mat, no worries. We don't have to be perfect. Nobody is. Just find a good stretch in the back of the legs. And breathe. Remember, return to the breath. Take those deep breaths in. And when you're ready, we're going to take one breath in stillness in down dog. Inhale. Exhale out. Inhale, lift the right leg halfway. Exhale, draw that knee in towards the chest. Take your gaze forward. And then plant that right foot in between the palms. keeping your legs in a high lunge fashion. Allow your hands to lift up onto the fingertips, heart radiating forward. We're in our lunge here. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're going to step or hop our back foot to meet the front here into a forward fold. Take time to get a little loose. Allow your head to shake yes and no. You don't absolutely have to keep your legs straight. You can have a bend at the knees. If you wish, you can grab hold of each elbow and sway gently side to side. Find release in that back body. Let the stress melt away. Just take a moment for you. All right, from here we're going to inhale, halfway lift, just straighten the back. Find length in the neck here. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to slowly roll it up. Take your time. Roll all the way up to standing, our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Until your head is over your heart over your pelvis, palms shining forward. And take a moment to notice how you feel. Just notice without judgment. Okay, guys, so from here, we're going to do a bit of eagle leg now, and we're going to fold from here. So this will require a little balance work, which eagle's awesome for that. So I want you to take your right foot, bring it forward and around to where your right pinky toe is touching your left pinky toe. If you want a little more, you can continue to wrap that foot around the ankle. Now that is not required, but keep your abs engaged for this to keep your balance and keep your breath going. We're just going to forward fold here so we can get a better sensation because when we're in eagle, we will be lifting our torsos and folding. So inhale, lift our hands up towards the sky. Think swan dive here as we hinge at the hips and forward fold. Very gracefully, very slowly. Now you can play around with that one foot. You can see if you can wrap it around. Using your hands here. Maybe you put your hands on a block for balance. And then keep your left knee bending in towards the right, the back of the knee. And roll it up. You want to keep your legs pressed into each other firmly to keep that balance. And suddenly we're back in Tadasana with twisty legs or eagle legs. Unwind and cross the right foot over and in front. Now be mindful, this is mind-body connection. This is a bit of yoga for our minds as well as our bodies. So just be mindful that this is helping you kind of think of how you move a little differently. We tend to take for granted that we move our bodies in certain ways. So when we find a little twist and turns, like what do? So this is helping you kind of breathe, lean into something different in how you move. Again, you have your pinky toes touching, this time left foot to the right of the right. Inhale, lift the hands up high. Exhale, swan dive forward. Forward fold. Keep your legs pressed firmly into one another, particularly at the knees. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Maybe your hand's still on the floor or on a block. Exhale, fold. Inhale, we roll it all the way up. Use your core strength, and we're back into Tadasana. Excellent. All right, unravel. Maybe you shake out your feet. And you can keep your feet about hip width apart here. We're going to inhale, swing our hands up. Exhale, drop the tailbone down and back. Down and back, down and back. We're getting a little leg strength here today with chair pose. So we're going to stay here for a few breaths. Use those thumbs, pull them back and up. Keep your arms parallel with your ears here as you continue to explore going down and back with your tailbone. Inhale, exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, your version. You can have your hands on your shins, your hands on the floor, block, or on your thighs. And then exhale, fold. Plant the palms, bring back one foot and the other. We're going to lower either halfway to chaturanga to up dog or lower all the way down and lift to cobra. Inhale, exhale, fold, and you can lift up to all fours, and we will all meet in down dog once again. Beautiful. From here, claw into those fingertips, press into those knuckles, lift the left leg halfway, inhale. Exhale, draw that left knee in towards the nose, bring your gaze forward, and plant your left foot in between the palms. Awesome. Lift up your hearts, lift up onto your fingertips, allow your heart to radiate forward. We're getting a good stretch in that right hip flexor and in our left glute. And when you're ready, we're going to step or hop that back foot to meet the front in forward fold. Again, option to shake your head yes and no, or maybe swing a little side to side, allow your elbows to be clasped with one another. And inhale, halfway lift. Find a stretch here, nice long back, and fold forward. Bend the knees generously as we roll all the way up to Tadasana. We're going to get a little side stretch this time. Instead of having the feet cross around forwards, we're going to do a bit of a curtsy. So bringing your right foot, I'm bringing your left foot around to the right. We're bringing our right foot behind. We're going to inhale, lift our hands up. Think up and over as you grab onto your right wrist with your left hand and reach over to the left. Your right hip is cocked out, finding a nice stretch in the right side body. Pull those thumbs back, the right thumb. Breathe in and exhale, release. Nice and slow. Now bring a little curtsy. Bring your left foot behind your right foot this time. Inhale, bring your arms up. Grab hold of your left wrist with your right hand this time. Think up and over as you inhale. Exhale, stretch to the right. Left hip cocks out. Find a nice stretch in the heart here and the left side body. Breathe deep. And slowly allow your hands to fall down, your feet back in position. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, back to chair pose. Take a seat, but not really. Just breathe here. If your mind begins to wander, always come back to the breath. You might feel a little shakiness here, and that is normal. That means your body's alive. That means you are working. You're feeling good. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the palms, bring back one foot and the other, chaturanga or lower to cobra. After you take your vinyasa, we'll meet once again in downward dog. Alrighty. Inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, bring that knee in towards the chest and plant it in between the palms. Step that back foot up just a hair so you can pivot it out. So you can pivot having your left toes facing the front left edge of the mat or corner. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, relax the shoulders. And inhale, swoop your arms forward, up and back for warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Front knee over front ankle. Don't let your knee go beyond your big toe. Find lift in the heart space. Breathe. We're breathing here. This is a big pose. This is a very strong pose. We're building strength in our legs, as well as working on alignment in the body and working on our breath work. And as your next exhale will open wide. Warrior two. Nice and wide pose, getting a good stretch in the legs as well as strengthening. That's why I like yoga. You're stretching while you work these muscles as well. It's a win-win if you ask me. Bringing fresh oxygen into the muscles, you're working your mind as well as your body. You want your gaze to be beyond your pointer finger. And breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel down. We're going to pivot that back foot back to parallel and step or hop that foot to the front. We're going to inhale, halfway lift, but this time we're going to bend our knees, tailbone reaches back, reach our hands forward, chair pose. Once again. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Your hips and legs and glutes are alive. And when you're ready, press up, Tadasana. Hands to heart. Notice how you feel. Take a breath or two, just to be present. Alrighty. We're going to move on. We're going to inhale, reach up. We're finding our flow today. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift your version. And then step one foot back and then the other. Chaturanga to up dog or lower down to cobra. Now, cobra or up dog, take a look at your left foot. Now take your gaze over to the right. And when you're back to center, inhale, heart lifts. And then exhale, we'll lower back to down dog. All right. We're halfway there, you guys. We're doing a great job today. We're alive. We're moving. We're trying new things. We're moving new ways. Inhale, lift the left leg up high. Anchor down with the right heel. And then exhale, bring that knee in towards the chest. Squeeze your left ankle in towards your glute. Look forward and plant that left foot in between the palms. Step up that back foot just a hair so you can open that toe out wide. And we're going to transition into warrior one. Press firmly into all four corners of the front foot. Draw your navel in. Work those abs. Inhale, forward, up and back. Those arms into warrior one. Strong. I am strong. Whisper it to yourself or say it out loud. This takes strength to enter into this pose. Give yourself some credit. We're warriors. Later, we'll be eagles. Find maybe a little buoyancy in that front leg. Now, you can keep your stance nice and wide, or you can narrow it depending on your needs. As long as your front knee isn't going beyond your pointer toes, your big toe. Breathe through it. You got this. Wiggle those fingers. And exhale. Open wide. Warrior two. Nice and wide. Head over heart over pelvis. Having your arms at length with your heart space here, that kind of redirects blood flow. Earlier with our warrior one, the blood from our hands moved down into our heart space, and now it kind of evens things out, having them nice and wide. While opening our hips, we are also activating our abdominals, keeping our shoulders active by keeping our arms open. Breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel down. Bring your hands in line with each other. Parallel those feet and step or hop that back foot up to meet the front. Forward fold. Inhale, we halfway lift your version. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach those hands way up high. Maybe find a little miniature back bend here. Then exhale, hands to heart. Find your sternum lifting to reach your thumbs here, and find something to be thankful for. Could be just to be thankful for being present today or taking time to learn something new. Could be thankful for finding your breath or being thankful for people around you and your life. Whatever you choose, allow it to come to the surface in your mind. Breathe in and out. Inhale, reach your hands way up high once more. Swan dive down, forward fold. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift your version. And hey, I got a surprise for you. We're going to lift our hands forward and bend our knees, chair pose. Bring those tailbones back. See if you can't sink just a little deeper. We're doing a lot of leg work today, and that's okay. That's just because we're going to work today so we can stretch a little later. And then we'll really appreciate all that we've done with our legs. Inhale, reach a little further, and exhale, fold. We'll do an actual halfway lift this time. Inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Plant the palms, bring back one foot and another. Find your vinyasa, chaturanga to up dog or lower to cobra. We'll meet again in downward dog. Got a few more of these, you're doing great. All righty. So, we're going to have fun with this next go around, so just be prepared. We're going to lift our right leg up. Exhale, draw the knee into the left elbow. Find a little twist. Working our abs here. Inhale, lift our right foot again. Keep that left heel anchored. Exhale, draw the knee into the right elbow. Inhale, lift that right leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze that heel up towards the glute. Inhale, reach that right foot up. And exhale, draw that knee in and place the foot in between the palms. Like before, we're going to step that back foot up just a hair so we can open it for warrior one. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Inhale, swoop the hands forward, up and back for warrior one. I'm alive today, and I'm glad you are too. Breathe deep here. Feel good about yourselves. If at any point you need to grab some water, that's fine. We're working our bodies. It's so important to be hydrated. And then exhale, open the heart, open the arms wide, warrior two. Beautiful. Keep it nice and open. Gaze beyond the pointer finger, draw the abs in. It's important to go through these checklists because when you go into a workflow, you've done it for so many times, it's easy to just kind of move in motion and not be mindful of how your body's positioning itself. But you maintain keeping your head over your heart space, your heart over your pelvis, keeping that balance and alignment. It'll really carry you far. Inhale, exhale, cock of the hip, and cartwheel down. So we're going for extended side angle here. You can keep your right foot open and place your right hand on the floor or on a block. Inhale, reach the left hand up high for a twist on a really great stretch in the inner right thigh. And the heart as well. Keep it light on the fingertips or your hands here. And then exhale, bring that left hand down. And pivot that back foot so it's parallel with the front. Step it up just a hair so you're still on that lunge. Place your left hand down on the floor or block and find a twist. Reach your right hand up. Inhale and exhale. Bring it back down. Now step or hop that back foot to meet the front. And here's where things get fun. We're going to inhale, halfway lift your version. Bend that knee, straighten those arms for chair once again. Now I want you to listen closely to what I'm about to say here. We're going to go into Tadasana, but when we straighten, we go ahead, we're going to inhale, lift our torso back up, and lift our right knee with it. Abs engaged. Bring your arms down nice and slow and catch your knee. Interlace those fingers and bring it up to the heart space. It may not make it all the way there, but keep your core engaged. Heart remains lifted. And now guide your knee to the right with your right hand, placing your heel either above or below your knee, but not onto your knee. Tree pose, surprise. This is a little practice for balance for our eagle pose here in a minute. And the best way to do that is to keep your core engaged, keep your heart lifted, or remember, head over heart, heart over pelvis. Keep your nice long alignment. Press into all four corners of the foot on the ground. And don't allow your heel to press into your knee. That will cause possible damage. So just be mindful. And you will feel wobbly, that is normal. And be mindful, maybe one day you're great at this, one day you might not be, so don't feel discouraged. Just know this is a practice. You're not being tested, it's okay. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Release that foot and shake off that left foot. Ah. It feels probably a lot better that way. So we're going to move back into Tadasana right now. Inhale, reach our hands up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift your version. And we fold once more. Plant the palms, bring back one foot and another. Lower to cobra or chaturanga to up dog. Opening those hearts. Option to look over to your left foot. Option to look over your right foot. Completely optional. Or you could just stay with your head lifted. And then we'll lower to cobra, or, well, if you already were in cobra, meet on all fours and then go to down dog, or go straight to down dog if you were in up dog. All right, this is your last down dog of the practice. So cherish it, my friends. Take a breath in and out. We're going with the left leg this time, so press into the fingertips and the knuckles. Draw that right ankle down or anchor it and lift the left leg way up high. And exhale, draw the knee into the right elbow for a twist. Inhale, lift. Use your breath. Exhale, draw the knee to the left elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the heart space. Squeeze that left heel into the glute. Inhale, lift. Last one. And then exhale, draw the knee in, look forward, plant that foot in between the palms. Step that back foot up just a hair so you can pivot that toes out. We're going to inhale, swoop our arms forward, up and back to our final warrior one of today's practice. Doing amazing things here, my friends. Give yourself some credit. You might notice your breath is getting heavier. That's fine. See if you can slow that roll just a bit. Find smooth, long, deep breaths. Inhale in. Exhale out. Again, option to get water if you need it. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, open wide. Remember your alignment here. Remember your breath. This is a really strong pose. And open, you're wide, you're powerful. Gaze beyond the pointer finger. Think of those fingertips. Feeling alive this morning. And inhale. Exhale, cartwheel down. Again, option for extended side angle. Place your left hand on a block or fingertips on the floor and reach your right hand up towards the sky. Keep those abs engaged. Breathe. Look at those fingers and then lower the right hand down. Pivot that back foot to parallel with the front. Then plant your right palm and inhale, lift the left hand up towards the sky for a twist. For a great stretch in the left glute and the heart space. Press that left knee in towards the chest. And then exhale, bring that left hand down. Step or hop that back foot up to the front. Now this time, heel toe your feet together, really together, so your legs are nice and squeezed in. We're going to inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. I'll give you a warning this time. The next inhale, we're going straight in chair. Inhale, bend the knees generously, lower the tailbone, lift the hands up. Chair pose. We're alive. We're finding a little buoyancy here. Press firmly in between the legs. Now, we're going to inhale, straighten, lift the left knee this time. Slowly lower your hands to catch your left shin and bring your knee up to your chest. Maybe you rotate your ankle one way or another, maybe not. Keep your heart nice and lifted. Inhale, exhale. I love how I exhaled when I said inhale. Remember, nice, slow, deep breaths. Keep a buoyancy in the right knee. It does not have to be perfectly straight. And again, sometimes we wobble, sometimes we fall. That's okay. Guide that left knee open. Place your left heel either on your thigh or on your shin, or even if you need, have it so your left toes are on the floor. Balance once more. Your right thumb onto your sternum. Allow your sternum to lift to your thumb. Keep your core engaged. Breathe. Doing great. We're here in tree pose. Press that foot into the leg. Find that opposition to give you strength and support here. We got this for 3 more breaths. You got this. 2 more breaths. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Lower that foot nice and slowly all the way down. And maybe you shake out that right foot. And see, we're already in standing. We're about to go into our peak pose, which is eagle. So for the sake of this practice, I'm going to stand in the middle of my mat so you can see this perfectly fine. You can do this however you want, wherever you want on your mat. So to start, do it with your feet together, really together. You have a couple options here. We're going with eagle legs, how we were practicing earlier. Taking one foot forward and around. We're starting with our right, moving to the left. Now this might be your eagle legs, and that's perfectly fine. Or if you are feeling so confident and brave, you want to wrap that foot around and press your legs really firmly together. That's cool too. Up next, we're doing our eagle arms. Remember, keep your core engaged for balance. You want to karate chop with your left hand and make a V by taking your right arm elbow on top of the left elbow crease. And lift the palms so the fingers are reaching towards the sky. Maybe the back of your hands touch. Maybe they loop around. Breathe deep here. And we have started our eagle. Now, we're going to bend our knees, bringing our hips back. Think of chair pose, keeping our elbows lifted, core engaged. Awesome. So this is just part of the eagle experience. We're going to next inhale, lift the elbows up towards the sky, finding an awesome heart stretch and shoulder opener. And then exhale, draw the navel in, think cat and cow, as we lower the elbows down and we move into a bit of a fold. Now, again, you can stay on that 1 foot or keep it so your pinky toes are touching. No judgment here where we are. Inhale, lift our elbows up towards the sky. Big breath, big stretch. Full body experience. Squeeze those legs in together, squeeze those arms. Exhale, forward fold. Last one. Inhale, lift the elbows up towards the sky. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale, we forward fold. All right, back to neutral. We inhale back to where we started. And then we unravel the arms, unravel the legs, shake off that left foot. And we're going to do a bit of a starfish just to kind of counteract that. So inhale with your feet nice and wide, a little wider than hip width apart. Reach the arms up high and wide, starfish. Inhale and exhale, relax the shoulders. Head over heart, heart over pelvis. Inhale, feet, toes they go step out just a bit. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach up. And then heel toe, heel toe, heel toe it all together, hands to heart. All right. Last eagle pose, you guys. Final call for eagle. So we did it with our right foot stepping over the left last time. We're going the opposite direction this time. So this may feel a little funkier than what was already funky. I had to decide, I wanted to call this class Funky Moves in Yoga, but I thought eagle pose might be a bit more straightforward. But there's a lot of funkiness in today's class. With our left leg crossed over, we're going to have our karate chop start with the right arm this time. Left elbow on the crease of the right arm this time. Lift up to your V, hands touch, or double wrap. All right. We begin to bend our knees. Core nice and tight and engaged. Our hips go back. We're going to inhale, lift our elbows up towards the sky. Nice and slowly, take your time. And if you fall, it's okay. There's no judgment. This is a unique move. It's a challenging one. And exhale, elbows down. Inhale, lift the elbows up towards the sky. And exhale, forward fold. Last one, you guys, make it count. Really squeeze those limbs together. In the core, squeeze, inhale. Nice big breath, big stretch. And exhale, forward fold. Navel draws in. Back to neutral, inhale, lift, and unravel. Kick the legs, wiggle the arms. Back into starfish once more. We're going to inhale, reach the arms open wide. Feet nice and wide, toes facing, or toes straight towards the corners of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows and the knees for saddle pose. Inhale, reach up, starfish. Exhale, saddle pose. And last one, inhale, starfish. Big breath, big stretch, biggest breath you've done all day. And exhale, hands to hips. And then we kind of hinge at the hips here for a forward fold. That should feel really good. The hamstrings here after all that work with our chair poses today. Shake your heads, a little yes, a little no. Walk your hands to the left. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, walk to the right this time. Inhale here and exhale out. Back to the center. Now, option here, you can go back to halfway lift and then stand up and then find a seat from there. Or you can bend the knees Bring your feet slightly more together and go into a garland pose or yogi squat. You can stay here or have your hands on the ground. Peek if you need to. Have your tailbone reaching towards the ground. Kind of finding an openness here with our thighs after having everything squeezed together. Kind of counteracting those eagle poses here. All right, when you're ready, walk your arms behind you and lower your tailbone down. We're going to do a boat pose next. We're going to start cooling down, lifting up one leg and the other, keeping your heart lifted. Now this might be it. This might be your boat pose. Don't be intimidated. You don't have to have it perfect. Just focus on keeping your body in alignment. Maybe you have one arm to your right and the other to your left. Breathe deep. Feeling alive today. Maybe you tap one foot to the floor and then the other. Maybe you open wide, nice and wide here. I'm trying to provide options for everyone. And if this is all too intense, focus on leaning back, keeping your heart open, hands on the floor, just keeping your feet lifted and parallel. And maybe touching the mat one at a time, 1 foot at a time. But if you want to open up wide, if you're feeling like you want a core workout today, this is your chance. Using your breath to expand, inhale, and exhale. Bring it together. All righty. From here, do a little windshield wiper with the legs, hands behind you, giving you support. Heart lifts. Feet as wide as the yoga mat, and we sway our knees one way and another, nice and slowly. A little booty massage, a little leg love. All right, friends. So from here, we're going to grab hold of our thighs and roll back slowly. We're going to squeeze our knees in towards the chest and make little baby circles here. Just give our low back a massage. You definitely deserve it. The hard work is over. The end. No, I would say that really one of the hardest parts of this whole thing is maintaining your breath and keeping it nice and controlled through all of that movement and motion and stretching and contorting and changes. It's a lot. So I give you kudos. Where you are now, drop your feet, knees still remain bent, cross one leg or your right ankle over your left thigh. Reach your right hand through this hole you've created and reach around the left thigh to grab hold of your left hand and interlace. Give that a pull, keep your toes active here to protect the knee for a little supine figure 4. Maybe you find a gentle sway side to side here. Maybe if you want a little more, you can lift that left leg to elongate that entirely. Or you can reach beyond your thigh over to your shin and press into your right thigh with your elbow. Breathe deep here, my friends. Not doing this for long. All right, release and switch. Cross that left ankle over. Again, keep the toes nice and active here. And reach through this hole and around to the right thigh, interlacing the fingertips and pull. Again, option to get a little sway from side to side. If you stuck with me this long, you probably feel the benefits already of the practice. You notice that the airways come a lot more naturally as you inhale and exhale. It's a lot less strain than you began with. Release. All right, bring your knees in, give yourself a hug. Then open your arms out wide and lower your knees down to the left for a supine twist. Should feel really good. Maybe you bring your gaze to the right, or you keep your head just right in the middle. Whatever feels best for you. All right, bring your knees back into the middle and to the right this time. Nice and slowly. Maybe bring your attention to the left side with your head. Keeping your shoulder blades glued down to the mat. Inhale in. Long breath out. Back to center. Now, offer for a little yogi freestyle here. If there's any kind of fun motions or movements or poses that you wish to hold, now is your time. I'm going to go into my all-time favorite, happy baby. Kicking up one foot and another, getting an excellent hamstring stretch here after the work we've done today. Maybe you're in supine dragonfly. Maybe you would like a boat pose, not boat pose, I'm sorry, bridge pose. Maybe you want to do some ab work. That's okay. Everyone's a little different. Maybe you want to go into cloud. Whichever you are today, now is your time to finish up what you need to. You can even pause the video or the live stream and return whenever you're ready to move into Shavasana. And when you're nice and satisfied, go back to a comfortable place in your mat. Allow your legs to spill out. Allow your palms to rest at your sides, facing up towards the sky. Maybe your shoulder blades shimmy underneath your heart space. Find stillness for a few moments in Shavasana, allowing your eyes to either close or soften. Allow yourself this time for stillness, to reflect on your practice, or simply to just be present in the moment. And I'll conclude in a moment. Now you may stay in this posture for as long as you need. You can Again, pause the video and play some of your music and stay in Shavasana to continue your reflection. Or, if you're ready, bring your awareness to the space. Again, wiggling your fingers and toes. Stirring up the body once more. Allowing your feet to meet the mat again. You bend the knees and turn to one side. Maybe use your hand or arm as a pillow for a second. Just take your time. And when you're ready, press up to a seated position of your choosing. We conclude our class today in gratitude, thanking ourselves for showing up, thanking the world around us for providing the space and time available to make this happen today. We bring our hands to our heart in Anjali Mudra. We bow and we say the sacred yoga term, Namaste. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Thank you all for joining me on this excellent practice. I hope it's provided you many benefits, and I want to inform you that we have classes every single Saturday at 11 a.m. located at Hive Fitness Studios of Moravian Falls. Their Facebook pages are involved on mine, so go check it out. And please drop a comment below if you want to see anything specific in the future. Also, like and share this video to help us continue providing more great content. Thank you again for joining us. It's an honor. I hope you all have a fantastic week.